Think about this. Even the best grass, silage, or concentrates cannot support your dairy cows if one critical element is missing. Minerals, the invisible nutrients, are often overlooked, yet they are just as vital as the feed itself. Miss the mark on minerals, and you risk less milk, more disease, and lost fertility. But get them right, and everything changes. What exactly are minerals? They're not made by plants or animals, but by the earth itself. These inorganic elements seep into soil and water, get taken up by plants, and eventually end up in your cow's bones, blood, and every cell. Unlike carbohydrates or fats, minerals don't supply energy. Instead, they're the tools inside your cow's body, the silent forces making every heartbeat, every step, every drop of milk possible. Without the right tools, the entire machinery can grind to a halt. Scientists have discovered more than 22 minerals essential for animal health. They come in two main categories. First, the macrominerals, or major minerals, are needed in larger quantities. These include calcium, phosphorus, sodium, potassium, chlorine, magnesium, and sulfur. Imagine these as the pillars holding up the barn, strong, obvious, and absolutely necessary. Then there's the smaller group, the trace minerals or microminerals, needed in only tiny amounts. Iron, zinc, copper, selenium, iodine, manganese, and cobalt all fall into this group. Their presence may be measured in milligrams, but their impact is massive. Deficiencies in these can lead to silent but severe problems: poor growth, weak immune systems, reproductive failure, and reduced productivity. Getting the mineral balance right is not just a matter of ticking boxes. It's about ensuring every tool, big or small, is in place for your cows to thrive. When you pay attention to minerals, you set the stage for healthy cattle, strong milk yields, and a more resilient farm. The next time you feed your herd, remember, the difference between good and great can be invisible, but its effects are impossible to ignore.
If you're a dairy farmer, there's one truth that's always at the core of productivity. Healthy cows make better milk. But what do your cows need most to stay strong, thrive, and produce high-quality milk? Minerals, especially calcium and phosphorus. Let's begin with calcium. This mineral is the foundation of your cow's strength. It makes up about 2% of her total body weight, with 99% stored in her bones and teeth. Imagine this. Every liter of milk your cow produces carries out over 1 gram of calcium. For a cow producing 20 to 30 liters a day, that's a significant daily loss. If feed is low in calcium, her body pulls from reserves in her bones, which leads to weak limbs, poor milk yield, and a risk dairy farmers know well: milk fever after calving. To protect your cows, balance their feed. Maintain a calcium to phosphorus ratio between 1:1 and 2:1. Too little or too much of either can disrupt absorption and affect your herd's health. Now phosphorus. While often paired with calcium, phosphorus has unique roles your cows cannot do without. It helps build strong bones and teeth alongside calcium. But phosphorus is also a building block of DNA and RNA, the core of every cell. It powers every movement, every function, by forming ATP, the energy source in the body. Phosphorus acts as a cofactor for many enzymes, particularly in protein metabolism. Here's a practical challenge. The local forages in many regions are low in phosphorus, making deficiency common, especially in South Asia. The signs are subtle but serious: poor growth, lower milk yields, weak bones, or an odd behavior called pica, where cows chew soil, wood, or even bones, searching for minerals. Remember, the right balance of calcium and phosphorus isn't just numbers on a feed chart. It's the key to healthy, productive cows and consistent milk yield. Take the time to check your ration, keep the ratio balanced, and watch for deficiency signs. A small change in your feeding strategy can make a big impact in your herd's health and your farm's future. Cattle health begins at the molecular level. Essential minerals power the complex systems that keep animals thriving. Start with the salt minerals: sodium, potassium, and chlorine. Most sodium in a cow's diet comes from common table salt. Together, These minerals control water movement in and out of cells, stabilize blood pH, and maintain tissue-water balance. Without this trio, basic life processes grind to a halt. Chlorine is more than just a partner in salt. It's required to form hydrochloric acid in the stomach. That acid jumpstarts digestion and destroys harmful microorganisms. Sodium also plays a crucial role in absorbing glucose, the energy source every cow relies on. Through a special transporter in the gut, sodium helps move glucose into the bloodstream. Without enough sodium, glucose uptake falters and energy levels plummet. Magnesium is often called the nerve and rumen mineral. About half lies in bones, with the rest fueling enzyme activation and protein digestion. Magnesium's most visible impact is in energy metabolism. A deficiency can mean trouble, especially in spring when cattle graze on lush pastures. The risk? Grass tetany, a potentially deadly condition. Early signs include muscle twitching, rapid breathing, excessive salivation, and rising temperature. Immediate veterinary intervention is critical. Sulfur, often overlooked, is present in every cell. It forms essential amino acids and supports biotin, bile, and glutathione synthesis. Sulfur is essential for strong hooves, smooth coats, and robust metabolism. Poor hoof quality or rough, dull hair can signal a shortage. For ruminants, maintaining a nitrogen to sulfur ratio near 10:1 is key to nutritional balance. Understanding the roles of these minerals empowers better cattle care. Recognizing deficiency signs and balancing feed can mean the difference between struggling herds and healthy, productive animals. With knowledge, you lead your cattle and your farm toward optimal health and performance.
Small amounts, big impact. Trace minerals quietly shape every drop of milk, every step, and every breath in dairy cows. Iron and copper are the foundation for hemoglobin, the oxygen carrier in red blood cells. Copper enables iron to work effectively. Deficiency in either causes anemia, weakness, pale mucous membranes, and reduced milk yield. Zinc is essential for immune strength and hoof integrity. Studies confirm that zinc deficiency leads to lower milk production, poor hoof health, and diarrhea in calves. Selenium, the antioxidant mineral, works with vitamin E. In calves, it prevents white muscle disease. In adults, deficiency results in poor fertility, retained placenta, and more mastitis. Recent research shows selenium supplementation during the transition period improves immune function, reproduction, and milk yield, especially in hot climates. Iodine is required by the thyroid to regulate metabolism. Deficiency causes goiter, a swollen thyroid, and can lead to abortion in pregnant cows. Growth and reproduction rely on iodine. Cobalt is unique. Rumen microbes use it to make vitamin B12, essential for energy, glucose, and protein metabolism. Optimal health requires 0.2 milligrams of cobalt per kilogram of dry matter daily. Trace minerals are needed in tiny amounts, but their effects are profound. Recognizing deficiencies and supplementing properly empowers farmers and veterinarians to raise healthier herds and increase productivity.
Recognizing mineral deficiency signs in your herd can mean the difference between early intervention and unnecessary suffering. Early detection empowers you to safeguard herd health, productivity, and livelihoods. Let's walk through the most common mineral deficiency diseases and the key signs every livestock caretaker should know. Imagine a calf struggling to walk. This could be white muscle disease, caused by a selenium deficiency. Often, calves are unable to stand or walk properly, appearing weak. Rickets and osteomalacia are linked to shortages of calcium and phosphorus. In young animals, rickets reveals itself through soft, bent bones and enlarged joints. In adults, osteomalacia means bone softening, leading to discomfort and mobility problems over time. Milk fever strikes around calving, triggered by low calcium. An affected cow may collapse, struggling to rise. Immediate attention is crucial here. Grass tetany involves magnesium deficiency. Watch for muscle twitching, teeth grinding, or even sudden death. These warning signs require urgent response. Anemia arises from lacking iron or copper. Pale gums, weakness, and reduced milk yield are clear indicators. Without proper diagnosis, it's easy to miss these subtle symptoms. Parakeratosis, due to zinc scarcity, presents as rough, thickened, crusty skin. Goiter signals an iodine shortage, showing up as an enlarged throat area, and sometimes leading to abortions. Peat scour, another copper-linked disease, causes chronic diarrhea, weight loss, and stunted growth. If any of these signs appear, don't play guessing games. Consult your veterinarian and test both blood and feed. Misdiagnosis delays recovery and puts the herd at risk. By staying vigilant, you build confidence in caring for your animals. Remember, the right minerals are the foundation of your herd's health. Act early, test thoroughly, and always trust professional guidance. Your proactive steps can secure a healthier, more productive future for your livestock.
Many farmers believe that if a little is good, then more must be better. But with minerals, this thinking is not just wrong, it's dangerous. Giving animals too much calcium doesn't just build strong bones. It can cause kidney stones, calcify internal organs, and lead to abnormally dense bones. Excess phosphorus blocks calcium absorption and causes painful urinary stones, especially in ruminants fed high-grain diets. Overflowing salt intake brings its own problems. Salt toxicity in ruminants can lead to staggering, blindness, and nervous disorders. Overdoing zinc blocks iron and copper absorption, causing anemia and raising the risk of milk fever. Too much sulfur, transformed by rumen bacteria into hydrogen sulfide, is highly toxic, capable of triggering neurological damage or even death. Excess iodine, especially in pregnant cows, can trigger abortion, while in poultry, it reduces egg production. Minerals interact in complex ways. Too much calcium or phosphorus disrupts absorption of the other. Excess magnesium upsets calcium metabolism. Too much zinc interferes with copper, and copper is required for proper use of iron. The lesson is clear: balance is everything. Randomly adding minerals isn't safe, it's risky. Precise, balanced mineral supplementation keeps animals healthy, productive, and safe from toxicity. It's not about how much you add, but how well you manage. It's easy to overlook minerals in your feeding routine, but ignoring them can cost you both milk and animal health. Let's walk through practical steps to ensure your herd gets what it needs, safely and efficiently. Start by testing your feed and forage. Local grasses and silages are often low in phosphorus, selenium, copper, and iodine. Get samples analyzed at a reliable agricultural laboratory. This is your foundation. Once you know what's missing, use a balanced mineral premix. Choose one formulated specifically for lactating dairy cows, so you're not oversupplying or leaving critical gaps. Make sure your herd always has access to a mineral salt lick block. It's a simple and cost-effective way to provide sodium, chlorine, and often added trace elements. Focus extra attention during the transition period, the 3 weeks before and after calving. During these times, cows' needs for minerals spike. Recent studies show that supplementing selenium and vitamin E in this window can directly improve milk yield, immune function, and reproduction, especially in hot climates. Always consult your veterinarian before adding individual mineral supplements. Guesswork is risky. Blood testing provides the precision and safety your herd deserves. Let's recap. Minerals drive every aspect of your cow's health, from strong bones to efficient reproduction. Balance the major minerals daily, and don't neglect trace minerals. Even tiny shortfalls can have big consequences. Both deficiency and excess harm, so balance truly is everything. If you take one thing from today, test, supplement carefully, and always ask your vet. The right mineral plan means healthier cows and better productivity you can see and measure.